Imagine living your entire life in a laboratory with no choice of what is done to you. You are constantly being tested on. As terrifying as this sounds, this is a reality for millions of animals. Hi, I'm Kitty Pocock, and today I'm going to talk to you about why scientists should not be allowed to test products that are intended for human use on animals. I'm going to talk to you today about the problem and what we can do. First of all, the problem. Animal lives matter. They do not deserve to live under horrible conditions. Animals in labs live stressful and unnatural lives of daily confinement and deprivation. The only changes in their lives may come from being called into a research or testing protocol, which may include an invasive experiment or a procedure whose endpoint is death. Every year in the U.S., over 25 million animals are used in biomedical experimentation, product and cosmetic testing, and science education. This includes dogs, cats, ferrets, rabbits, pigs, sheep, monkeys, chimpanzees, and more. However, the majority of animals in lives, which is over 90%, are rats, mice, and birds. Some estimates place them from 10 to 100 million. Within laboratory walls, what can be done to animals has no limit except those imposed by a committee selected by the facility itself. Imagine spending your entire life as a hospital patient or prisoner, and this will only begin to approximate the life of an animal in a laboratory. What happens to you can range from uncomfortable to agonizing to deadly, and you are helpless to defend yourself. Some experiments that the U.S. law allows to be done to animals are to be burned, shocked, isolated, starved, addicted to drugs, and brain damaged. And if all of these don't sound horrible enough, it is not necessary to use any pain medicine on the animals. Another huge problem is that the results do not always translate to humans. Michael O. Leavitt, the former secretary for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, said currently 9 out of 10 experimental drugs fail in clinical studies because we cannot accurately predict how they will behave in people based on laboratory and animal studies. Dr. Cliff Berry, who is the chief of the Tuberculosis Research Section, part of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, said mice are mice and people are people. If we look to the mouse to map every aspect of the disease for man and to model cures, we're just wasting our time. And finally, it's expensive and time-consuming. So much time and money is put into each experiment, so when it doesn't work or translate, all that time and money was pointless, and it can lead to the death of the animals. Each year in the U.S., approximately 100 million animals are tormented and killed in experiments. Much of this cruelty is supported by the National Institutes of Health, or the NIH, which allocates 40% of its annual research budget to the animal experiments. Based on the NIH's 2014 budget, this accounts for more than $12 billion of the U.S. taxpayer money. Finally, there's other methods. In many cases, it can cost less and less animals have to suffer. These methods include human-based microdosing, human patient simulators, in vitro technology, and well-developed computer modeling. These methods are cheaper, faster, and more accurate than animal testing, and most importantly, save the lives of many innocent animals, which could otherwise be tortured, in extreme cases, to death. Computer modeling techniques are extremely fast, all at a much lower cost than animal tests. Finally, you can take a stand. Easy, small tasks can be extremely beneficial. You can buy cruelty-free products. It may seem like a very small task, but if everyone starts to buy animal cruelty-free shampoos, it will make a huge difference. You can also donate. Thousands of companies are making petitions and more ways to help animals that are or were tested on. You can also convince major animal testing companies to make more changes. You can post videos, pictures, and petitions, and even protest. In conclusion, Scientists should not be allowed to test products intended for human use on animals. Animal lives matter. They don't deserve to live under these horrible conditions. The results don't always translate to humans, and it's expensive and time-consuming. But we can make some changes that will make a huge difference for the animals. We can use the other options through technology and do easy tasks like donating, buying cruelty-free products, and much more. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to leave you with a final thought. Think of all the animals you can save just by these easy tasks. Just by using a cruelty-free shampoo, you can save lives.